is this brief mortal life, if not the pursuit of legacy?
Hello, Movie Punditry. This is Mike, and I am here. We are happy with the fact that we've got the second season of House of the Dragon coming up, and I am, of course, here with my partner, Justin, to kick off Green and Black for a new season. Justin, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Dun 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 dun. It's been 2 years, Mike. I'm so excited, man. You don't even know.
I am, believe me, I do know because I am just as excited as you are. I've been, have you been doing any rewatching or?
So yeah, I just started this. Let me just say this: it's been a very crazy month It's been a great time. People were eating really well, but it's been a crazy time in terms of TV. This week alone, we're getting a lot of big premieres coming up. So I've been going back and forth watching The Boys and now even House of the Dragon. So I've been catching up, going back to Westeros and catching up. I'm not finished yet. Hopefully I'll be able to finish in time rewatching season 1 by the time Sunday comes. But yes, I've been watching. I've been enjoying it once more again. I really just can't wait.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get through the whole thing either, but I'll probably watch some of the key episodes and some of the key battles. I did watch the first 2 episodes, and I'm probably going to skip, ahead to the older Rhaenyra episodes, and then kind of get going with that stuff.
Yeah,
I have forgotten, just how really good the show is and how well written it is and well performed it is. And I'm really looking forward to another season, especially because apparently they threw a lot more money at it.
Yes, I mean, I think like when the first and second season from season 1 aired, they already greenlit the second season, even the third season, I believe. So they already knew they had a big success with this series already. So the fact that you said they do more money onto it, I'm expecting way better looking dragons. I'm expecting longer dragon screen time, dragon fights. It's just everything just to be bigger, better, and better. It's just gonna be wild.
Well, if they stick tight to the books and just so everybody knows, we're obviously not going to spoil the show, but this is a 15-year-old book we're talking about. So if they stick close to the books, then we're going to have the dragon sowing, and there's a bunch of unmated, unpaired dragons floating around that we're going to have to deal with. And I would not be surprised if Daemon, especially given the way he was singing to the dragon at the end of season 1, that's that he is going to be involved in that, in the dragon seeding and trying to pair up those dragons to benefit the blacks.
Yes, by the way, Team Black. I don't know about you, but I have to make it known right here, you guys. I'm Team Black all the way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so we are coming. We're family then. I just have to be there. I know some people were Team Green, and I pray for the souls every day. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen with Daemon with the dragons. I don't know about you, and I'm pretty sure you probably read the book like even before the series came. But once the series ended, I needed more House of the Dragon. I immediately bought the book, and I started reading. And like you said, I'm not gonna give no spoilers, of course, but oh my gosh, if what I read is gonna take place within like the next first few episodes, I just have to say, people, buckle your seatbelts or get your dragon saddle ready, because it's gonna be a wild ride. I can't wait. I mean, I can't wait. I'm ready.
I would definitely say you want to keep your eyes on Helena.
Yeah. Yes.
because so I would say that if what's going to happen, well, obviously it's going to happen. It's a big point. It's not really like Red Wedding level, but
No,
I
but
would say it's kind of more like Shireen Baratheon level. Would that be fair?
oh, absolutely. Like there, if I what I read and stuff is that, and I know they're gonna go there. It's gonna. I don't know, man. I think for me, can I be honest with you, Mike? I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch these scenes. And once I watch these scenes, it's gonna probably be a one and done for me because they are going all out. And even the title, I don't want to give the title because they did release the title of the first episode. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I want to say it.
Well, it's not public. You can say it.
It is probably, I believe, the first title of the second season is called "A Son for a Son,"
Okay.
and if this it reminds me of the Hammurabi Code: an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some level of payback there. And the good news is, I would imagine fairly early in the first episode, much less the season, is we're going to go to Winterfell.
Oh my gosh, yes, we've been waiting for this.
We haven't seen Winterfell in a while.
No. And I think that was one of the big criticisms of the first season, that there was not a lot of mention of Starks. I mean, we did see like a scene here and there of them, but from what I've been hearing is that Starks, and particularly one of the Starks, is going to be playing like a bigger role this coming season. So it's good that we're going to be spending more time in Winterfell. It's going to be good to be home. Winter is here, I guess. No, I can't say that yet.
Right. So obviously, we have Kragan Stark.
There you go. Yeah, it's Kragan.
Yeah, and how Stark is going to play a pretty significant role in this. Jace is obviously, at the end of the season, is on his way to Winterfell to negotiate with the Starks. So, and
he has a
in the books, Jace and Kragan become very close friends.
Okay, good. I was just gonna say, I hope he has a better result than his brother. What's his name? Oh my gosh, this is how bad it is. Luce, the one that happened in the finale.
Yeah, Luce.
Thank you. So hopefully he has a better welcoming, I guess you say. But as to what you just said, they develop a good friendship, a close friendship. That already is evident right then and there.
Yeah, and obviously we're probably going to see, Daemon take Harrenhal. That should happen fairly early. Although, so here's where I think we're going to see a lot of differences from the book. So in this section of the book, Rhaenyra is basically not even in it. Well, yeah, because she, don't forget, she
went off after this from the events of it. She went to go look for the remains of her son. Am I not mistaken, though?
Well, right. So she's dealing with the whole, death of Lucerys thing, but she had just come out of like losing a child and a bad childbirth experience. And so she spends the whole kind of middle part of the book like basically in her sickbed at Dragonstone. And clearly they're not going to do that with her in the show. This version of Rhaenyra is much more upfront and much more active. And so, I imagine there's going to be more, for instance, like she's already back on a dragon, right? So there's going to be a lot more anger and a lot more, I think, vengeance out of her than, so it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of hand that off between Daemon and Rhaenyra and who's going to wind up doing what. And Daemon, they've been using Daemon in the show as kind of their character who like goes from place to place.
Okay.
So you could see like what's happening in King's Landing, what's happening at Dragonstone, what's happening at the Vale, what's happening, at Harrenhal. So I think Damon's going to probably what's happening in the Stepstone. So I think Damon's going to kind of continue to be that type of a character.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be taking place in that regard and whatnot. I just know. I think when I think about just even the Targaryens, I think I'm gonna bring some Game of Thrones in here. Was it? I think yeah, it was oh my god, what's the bald one's name? He's my boy too. From Game of Thrones, very smart one.
Varys?
Yes, Lord Varys. Thank you. Yes, and I believe he was talking about how with the Targaryens are kind of crazy. Flip a coin, they're both type of crazy. I wonder if we're gonna see any type of crazy, any type of rage, like we saw with Daenerys when the bells rang. From there, if we're gonna see any type of rage, come out of from Rhaenyra, or even from even Aegon, or even the other siblings. Just see any type
Aemond. Aemond is the crazy one.
That's the one with the eye patch, right?
He's the one with the eye patch. He's the one who killed Lucerys.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, he I mean, I know what his final fate is, but I'm not going to say it.
I do hope he is. They say he's either someone you love, someone you hate, or someone you love to hate. For me, he's someone that I love to hate. I do love to hate on this dude, and I do hope he gets like a horrible, disgusting. I haven't read that far in the book. I read portions of the book. I didn't get far. But I hope he gets like a horrible, disgusting fate. That's my goal. So I know you already know, Mike, but that's my ultimate goal. I hope it's done by Daemon. I think they foreshadowed it a lot in the first season that we're going to see a showdown between Aemon and Daemon. The names even rhyme, kind of sound similar, and it looks like that even Aemon kind of like admires Daemon to a degree. So that'd be kind of some type of poetic type of justice right there, for him to fall by the hands of someone that he admires. That's just my theory, my speculations. We're going to see that in season 2. I seriously doubt it. But then again, you never know when it comes to in the world of Westeros. Anybody that you think is safe is never safe. So who knows? You might even get a shot that maybe Rhaenyra might die at some point in this season. I don't know.
I don't think that they would probably do that this season. I don't know how long they intend for this to go on. Because the whole Dance of Dragons only lasts a few years. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long they intend to drag this out, if they're going to try to do like a third season kind of thing. But I would just recommend the viewers to basically don't get attached to anybody. Is probably my best advice.
Yes, I feel like by now, if you've been watching House of Dragon, you've been watching Game of Thrones, that's like I feel like that's a given at this point. Like, don't get attached to anyone. But the problem is they make such lovable and wonderful characters that you really like. I really like fell in love with the character of Rhaenyra. I really did. I felt like straight from the beginning, her father straight up said it that I made you my heir. You are my heir. You are the one, and I stand by that. But we know that the realm sees things differently. They want to see a male, male be on the throne than a woman. But she's not. She's about that life. She knows what her father gave her, and I think she's gonna fight really strong and hard for it.
Absolutely, and I think that she really believes in what she's doing, and she really believes that she has the right, and
she does.
The Greens are they're usurpers, and they've been usurpers, and I don't think there's really any kind of way around that.
They to me they paint them so bad. They paint them so bad. You got Aegon. They actually compare Aegon to like Joffrey. And for those who know Joffrey is, I don't have to say anything else. And I think as we see later on, probably in season 2, we're gonna see even more of him with the debauchery and all that stuff. I think the only person who has some type of saving grace in my eyes is probably Helena. But you got people like Kristen Cole, he's a douchebag. Excuse me, how he is. I'm sorry, not sorry. Amen, he's a douchebag. It's horrible. Then we also, of course, we got your girl, Mike Allison, Allison Hightower, and I think she's hypocritical. I think she tries to claim that she's super upright and holy, whatnot, but she's stopping at nothing to make her own agenda happen and whatnot. And of course, I think she's being influenced by her father. He's the worst of the worst.
Oh, of course, and we're gonna see, we definitely gonna see Otto's fortunes kind of turn.
That makes me happy.
At some point, and yeah, so there's a lot of things there, and Allison may start to, kind of feel herself a little bit outside of the influence of her father. But I agree with you, and I was about to say that, Aegon's definitely got big Joffrey Baratheon vibes.
Oh man, I did not want to know that. I mean, I kind of felt that, I kind of heard rumors about it, but
you said it.
I didn't want it to be true though. I was just I don't want to say wishful thinking, but oh man, he still make me want to hate him even more. And I already disliked him. Just please, how he was, how he presented in season 1. He's like, oh gosh, he's gonna be wild. But going back to what you said too in regards to Otto Hightower and stuff, like how he definitely has his hands, like he's like a puppet master. He has a lot of controls. It makes me think about the quote in which that says that dragons can't be tamed. Dragons cannot be tamed. And he has, he does have, family that are, Targaryens, but he can't control them. At a certain degree, he's not going to be able to control them, And I feel like there might be some betrayal over there.
Right, but don't forget what Daemon said to him early in the first season 1. He said, we're both second sons, they don't have power for their own sake. Their power is always tied to somebody else. Otto does not have his own power because he's got an older brother who is, the Lord of Oldtown.
Yes.
So
yes.
he had to go out and make his power, which is tied to the fact that he's the hand. Same thing with Daemon. Daemon, had his older brother who was king, and now, his, Rhaenyra's the heir, and his power is always tied to somebody else. And so that makes them both very dangerous people because it's almost like they have less to lose.
Oh man, just hearing you talk about this is getting me so hyped up for what's to come. Like, oh man. And I'm just trying to figure out who can I honestly trust. It's like there's really no good guy when it comes to the show. There's nobody that you can really trust because everybody has their own agendas. They have their own little secret things, and they're all doing their own horrible things towards each other. Like
I think I agree with you. Like everybody has their own agenda.
Yes.
But I think to me, the most noble character in the story is Corlys. Because he does what he does. Everything he does for his house, for his name, for legacy.
Yes.
For you know what I'm saying, and to that extent, for the good of the realm.
But you know what, Noble? I hate to disagree with you a little bit there, Mike. And I do like Corlys as a character and stuff. But I'll actually take 1 step further. I think probably the most noble is his wife, Rhaena, correct? Is it what's
correct?
Rhaena?
Yeah, Rhaena. Yeah.
Rhaena. But
and I would agree with you on that. I mean, yeah, no, she definitely is.
Yeah, because she calls it as she sees it. She really, she's the queen that never was. She should have. She had the better claim, believe it or not, but because she's a woman. But the reason I said I kind of disagree because he knew, and this is spoiled for the first season, y'all. I hope y'all don't mind. I mean, you have 2 years to watch it, so that's all y'all. But the fact that his grandsons, who's supposed to be half Targaryen, like be heirs to the king, were actually not his grandsons. He knew good and well. He knew good and well. Now, anybody, Kelly like anybody with some good 2020 vision or some type of vision could see that those kids were not his not his grandkids. They're very strong boys, all right? But yeah, he really was the now, and I think what blinded him was the fact of his own family lineage, the fact that he really wanted to see his family line in some way, in some purpose, on the Iron Throne. And I think his wife brought that back to reality for him, if that makes sense.
It does, and yes, you're absolutely right. But he, like I said, he did that. He didn't. I don't. What I mean by that is like I don't think he's on like a personal quest for power or domination. I think that, but he wants to make sure that his house, his name, his family, remain relevant in the shadow of the Targaryens because they're the only two houses from Valyria left.
That's true.
The only two houses, at least, of dragon lords or dragon riders left. And, just you got to remember the things that he said. He said, what is this short mortal life except for a quest for legacy? And he also told Rhaena, they were sitting at the fire, and he said, history doesn't remember people, it remembers names.
What is this brief mortal life? If not the pursuit of legacy?
Legacy may be why you live your life, Corlys.
History does not remember blood. It remembers names.
Names. Oh, can we just stop real quick? You said it earlier, but the writing in the show, whoever was the writer of the show, I hope they got a raise. I hope that the extra money they got, it went to the writers to encourage them, and as a sentence, just to keep them writing like that. That is some good stuff right there. Man, I hope for more for that. And also,
it's the same writing team, so I think we're going to see more of the same.
I can't wait because one of my favorite things I like to do, Mike, is definitely taking quotes from these shows and put them as memes and stuff. I can't wait to be putting this on Monday night, Sunday night. These Game of Thrones quotes. But I digress. I think hearing from you though, talking about of course again and about the legacy and the family name, it definitely reminded me of Tywin Lannister. And he was such a powerful character in Game of Thrones, and all that he did it in the name for the sake of his family and keeping his family's name powerful and whatnot. So I like the little subtle parallels of it, I guess. I hope I'm not being a stretch, but I like to connect those two like that. And let me not say that I'm not saying I don't like Corlys as a character. I think he's an amazing character. It's just that I think it just goes back to what I'm saying too, is that everybody has, when given a certain motive, people tend to draw the gray lines, to get what they truly want. And I think you see that with all these characters, all these types of characters.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And it's just like the line from Game of Thrones. You play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
You die.
And it's the same kind of cutthroat, gotta win at all costs thing going on that we saw in the Game of Thrones.
Did you say cutthroat or cut foot? Because we know foot is a big thing in this show.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was For those that know, If you know, you know.
But there's also the cutthroat dagger.
Ooh, yes. Was that show?
Who I believe Aegon now has, right?
Yes, that was show. Yes.
Does Aegon have it or does Rhaenyra have it?
I want to say Aegon because wasn't that that was the weapon that Alicent tried to use to take out one of Rhaenyra's children? No.
Yeah, but didn't
I
didn't
I have
one of
to
the
finish one.
Kingsguards steal it and bring it to Rhaenyra?
You
Or
know,
am I? Or is that maybe that was something that was in the book that hasn't happened in the show? I don't remember.
you know. uh,
Oopsie.
Oopsie. Please don't come for us. Yeah, I don't know. I'm currently on I'm on episode 5, I believe. So I'm going to be looking forward towards that scene, seeing that if it's in that scene, and I can definitely bring that back up. I completely forgot that that dagger's it makes a special appearance in the show. Yeah, it's definitely there. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So what else? You got anything else? You got anything else you're hoping for?
I'm hoping for a ton of stuff. I'm hoping for, like, as mentioned, I know they're gonna do it. Ton of dragon fights. I think season 1, as great as it was, I think it was just being a slow burn, and it was
Right.
definitely setting up like for what's gonna be now. I think season 2 and beyond, they're gonna step it up on the action because it's already been made. Like, it's war's begun. So I'm looking for awesome, like how Game of Thrones was with the cinematic fight pieces. Like, I want episodes, like an episode long battle fight scenes. I don't want no like 5-10 minute fight battle scenes. I hope we don't get none of that. I hope we get like full length, like I'm talking about 90, 60 to 70 minutes battle scenes on there. I'm waiting for amazing dialogue and talks amongst the characters to see who's gonna be with who. I'm not looking forward to Blood and Cheese. I'm just gonna say that right now. Um, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna come. So when that does, I know we're definitely gonna talk about that. Um, I'm looking to see more in terms of growth, in terms of a lot of characters. I think Alice's third son. I don't know his name, but I know he was away during the first season, so we didn't see him. We saw basically Aegon and Aemon, but her third son's going to actually make an appearance this season. So I'm looking forward to seeing all that. I'm looking forward to see also. I got so many, Mike. The dynamics between Aemon and Helena, because there's definitely something there. Like, Aemon definitely has a crush on his sister. It's weird to say that, but in this type of environment, it's normal. But yeah, he definitely has a crush on that, and I feel like he's gonna have some type of tension with his brother Aegon because Helena's married to Aegon, and he does not treat her well. He's like sleeping around with whoever and not respect her. So I feel like there might be some tensions there, but who knows? They might put that to the side for the sake for the upcoming civil war that's about to happen with their older sister, Rhaenyra. And I'm just looking for more Rhaenyra. I feel bad that we're gonna get her in this light as the first episode, fresh off her grief, but I can't wait to see her tear stuff down. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell for me.
Yeah, I
It's gonna-
think. Well, I think you're gonna wind up definitely seeing some great battles.
yes, I hope so.
And again, like I don't know how far forward they're going to go in the book, whether they're going to stretch it into another season at the end of this one.
Wait, you think that they're gonna finish the book by the end of this season? That it's a possibility?
I don't know because I mean, to be perfectly honest, by the time the book ends, there's really not much more to do. I don't know if this show is going to like look at other aspects of
I have heard that. I
the
heard
Targaryen family. So maybe do a couple of seasons of the Dance of Dragon, a couple of seasons of something else. The Rise of the Mad King, Robert's Rebellion. Who
still
knows?
under the name of the name House of the Dragon.
Right, because
Yeah,
it's all about the Targaryens. I don't know.
that's what I kind of heard that. Like in the beginning, like they're gonna handle this situation that's going on here, and then like you said, the aftermath and what's gonna go off, like the prologue and everything. And they handle that. So that will be interesting. I honestly will be shocked if they do finish, I guess, the events. Mind you, I don't know the full events of the book. I didn't finish the book. But I don't know. I feel like when you have such a hit show, you don't just end it. You make it stretch. They did cut the episode, which I'm really upset about. So instead of it being 10 episodes, it's actually this season's 8 episodes. Were you aware of that, by the way?
I did know that, yes.
Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of that, but maybe I don't know, maybe better quality, but so they probably or maybe they just did cut it so that way they can have more for the following seasons. I don't know. I need to read up more on that, but I just hope that they do it justice. It's not like Game of Thrones where they ran out of source material. They have everything right there. They should just use that, have fun with it. They got the money, like you said, and just make it happen. And hopefully we don't have to keep on waiting every 2 years. That's a bummer too.
Hopefully, yeah. So the whole actual Civil War thing, the Targaryen Civil War, it only lasts 2 years, maybe 3, like 2.5, 3 years, somewhere around there. And it starts so basically that starts like now. It starts at Jaehaerys' death. So at the end of season 1 is really when everything else was like kind of prologue to that. So now we get into it. Maybe they can make 2 years out of it. But once they get kind of through it, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like by the time the book ends, like of all the major characters that we have in this show right now, like say the top 15 characters,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna tell you who, but there's like maybe 4 of them that survive. So,
Really?
it's
Isn't it
there's not a lot of
surprising?
story to tell at the end of it.
I think one day, probably for a future episode, I have to make my list of the survivors of this war. I think at least, like you said, 4. I'm gonna pick 4 people who I think are just gonna survive. That's gonna handle this. Like, and you should have like a list of. Yeah, I think so. I just hope it's not who I think is gonna survive. I don't, because you know what, it would be me though. It would be. Yeah. I digress.
Well, we'll have to just find out. But I think
Yeah.
you should do that. I think you should put your list together
Okay.
of like the top 5 people, top 4 people you want to see or you think will make it all the way through. And we won't say if you're right or wrong.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Publicly, but
Just to make you laugh.
I'll get a good snicker out of it.
I know you
I'll let you know if you're hot, warm, or cold.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh man! Oh, okay. We're gonna do that because.
All right, so that's it for our kind of our prologue, our intro into the new season. We're going to be doing this every week for the 8 episodes that we have, and I'm seriously looking forward to it.
I'm so looking forward to it. I already got my dragon ready. We're ready to go into battle, Mike. I don't know about you. I'm ready for my Team Black. We're gonna watch this team win it all, or do they win it all?
Exactly. And that's right. So thanks for listening, and we will. And this is obviously whatever you're listening to it on. You're listening on your favorite podcast platform. All these episodes are also going to be uploaded to YouTube as audio on YouTube. So thanks for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.
See you later.